Hey team, thanks for coming to take a look at another video. So today we're going to go ahead and talk about one of the new creatures, the Ferox. So I actually scoured the map for this guy, did a little bit of research, messed around, watched a couple of streams, and I think we kind of figured out exactly how it's going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run you guys through where to find him, how to tame him, and then some of the different things that he's going to go ahead and do in terms of fire right now. Some of the things he's going to do in terms of how to actually enrage him, what you do to feed him, get him to grow bigger, those kind of things. So let's go and jump right into the video and let's go. Alright, so first things first, where to actually find him. Yes, you do have to go in the snow biome to actually get to this guy. What you need to do is you actually go ahead and... You guys are going to hear a lot of that snow biome, so loud. Anyway, so what you need to do is you just go to your Helena and you actually just go ahead and go to the Arctic biome, and you can go to any of these. Now, if you actually want to go ahead and find the Ferox, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to choose one of these northern sections. Northern sections are going to look like this. The problem here is that the northern section is a little bit risky on the snow map here. What I mean by that is the snow actually, here, let's actually go over. You can hear that it's starting to build up. As you can see, it's starting to get a little bit of blizzard here. The further north you go, all the way up until the end of the biome, the more or the worse and worse this gets. It actually gets pretty crazy in here. Now, I looked around the entire map. Anything on that side of the mountain, there was not, I couldn't find a Ferox anywhere. I literally looked all over the place. The only place you're going to be able to find these guys is inside this little blizzard. Now, I did go ahead and I got a little lucky and I found a couple here on the edge. Right now it's still pretty visible. You can still kind of see. Unfortunately, on this side of the mountain, there's a lot more of it's a little bit harder, so you're going to find a lot more Utis, a lot more wolves, things like that that actually attack the Ferox when it's in the smaller form. And so it makes it a little bit harder. They're a little bit more rare. So I'm going to go ahead and find one here really quick, and I'll show you guys exactly what we're talking about. Now, I found a couple just looking, but they died really, really quickly just because things are aggressive to them, especially the wolves. They'll try and kill them really, really fast. So you do have to be careful. Now, basically all you're going to need here is you're just going to need some element on your bar. I did try element dust, I did try element shards, and I tried element ore, as well as just, what is it called? The corrupted? No, unstable element. You can't put any of those on the bar. The only one you're going to be able to use is the actual element. Now, when you feed this guy, nothing's really going to pop up. You're not going to see a feed timer. You're not going to see anything like that. Every once in a while, I don't know what the difference is or why, but it does say to use element around it to actually get it to tame. It's not like a feed timer specifically. All it's going to do is it's going to enrage the guy. So just like this, he's going to actually go bananas. Let's see here. Just like this. Now, once he actually turns into like that, just like it says here, it's just going to say survive if you can. He's going to go kind of on a rampage. The only things I've seen him, I haven't seen him attack another creature yet, but I have seen him eat dead bodies a couple of different times now. He's going to stay up here. I want to say it's about 30 seconds here. I'll go ahead and just show you guys, wait for it to happen, because just a second, he's going to go ahead and pass out. I don't think this is based off of levels, because I have messed around with this a couple of times now just to see if I can get it nailed down. But he's going to go ahead and, yep, there we go. Now, from what I've noticed, every single time it takes 2 of those. Now, he's going to try and fight you that entire time. So you're pretty much, just like it said, you're going to have to go ahead and try and survive. So now that you know how to do it, I'll feed this guy one more. There you go. It says use element near Ferox to tame. You guys will see here. It's going to do the exact same thing. So you have to go through this 2 times. What I'm thinking, I think the best way to do this is probably going to go, or to be, to actually block him in, or to box him in. So I'm going to try that right after this. Yeah, he's not attacking the mammoth, and he's literally right next to it, so that's a good sign. I think the only thing he's going to try and attack is you or another player around him. He's got the crazy purple eyes going on. He should be falling asleep here momentarily. And once he does, this should be it. Every single one I've done so far, it only takes 2 element. And it's going to be tamed. There he is, tamed. So that's pretty much it. When he wakes back up, it only takes a second. He's going to have 10% addiction. And I did notice that there's a little bit of a difference on some of them. The last 2 that I tamed actually took 2 elements to actually transform. This guy says it's only going to take 0 out of 1 with a 10% addiction. Let's go ahead and feed him here real quick. No, it says it's 1 out of 2. Okay. Feed him one more. His addiction level is going to go up a little bit, but it should drop, should be fine, and then he's going to go ahead and morph. So that's that is pretty much going to answer that. That's exactly how you tame it. That's pretty much how you do it, and that's going to how you're going to do it out in the wild. Now the real question is how can we do this the most efficient way? So I'm going to go ahead and try and trap it and just see if it actually works. And I'll get out of God mode here for you. I just wanted to show you guys a quick way to actually tame it and what it actually did. So let's try that really quick just to see if you guys can figure out or get an easier way to actually tame these guys. Alright team, so I went ahead and spawned one in here outside of the blizzard area so you guys can actually see what's going on. I did go ahead and turn off enemy invisibility as well. So as you can see, he's actually recognizing me. Now, I don't know if this is the element that's on my body or if it's just that they recognize a player, but they do actually run and come to you as well. So he'll turn around here in just a second, just like a normal mob. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and put up a little, just the normal little 3x3 gates. Go ahead and do it like this. He should be coming back. There he is. Okay, let's go ahead and do it this way. All right, buddy, don't run off the edge. And now he's going to turn here in just a second. They have in the past. Hello? He's clearly recognizing me, but he's not actually. Okay, here we go. So you have a very short window of time before he actually goes ahead and turns around. He's going to try and run away again. So let me go ahead and just put this other gate on. Now this is what I've come to kind of find out. So they'll follow you for a minute, and once we get in here, I'm going to show you guys that he's actually going to try and start running away again. Yeah, so they don't follow you for very long, and then he's going to go ahead and here, and he's going to try and stay in here. You're trying to get out, basically. Wildcard actually did a pretty decent job on trying to make it so you can't trap these very well. So I'm going to see if I can sneak out here and leave him in there. Bam, just like that. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take the element. And what I found is that you can actually go ahead and just put this through. So I'm going to take off, well, GCM's still on, so if he does aggro, he will aggro to me. So I'm going to go ahead and feed him through the wall, actually. See if we can get close enough here. Where is this little guy? Should still be in there. Okay, so he's running from me now. But there we go. So I went ahead and, as you can see, the element will light up when it's ready. So I went ahead and just fed him through the wall, but now he's stuck in here. And as far as I'm aware, bam, so he can see me. He will attack the gate. He's going to go ahead and try and attack me, but since there's nothing in there, he obviously can't do anything in here. Prevent running and jumping. So even when they, oh, he might actually get out. Maybe? Oh yeah, he just got out. That's a big fat rip right there, team. That's okay. So what we need to do is we actually need to just put a little, maybe like a ceiling on top. Just do a quick ceiling. You can probably come up with something a little bit better. Actually, you know what you could probably do? Let's come down here. Let's do it this way. But clearly he's pretty mad. While he's knocked out, let's go ahead and put up another one. Okay, he's following me at the moment, which is good. And what I want to do... Whoa, whoa. Why do you get mad? I don't know why you got mad, team. Oof. Okay, so he got super angry there. Not sure why. I don't think I used any element, but I could have. Oh yeah, he's bad. So if he hits you, you get this little debuff right here. This is actually a great way, or a great thing to see for you guys. So it prevents running and jumping. So he's super mad, super angry. I didn't feed him any element this time, so I'm kind of really curious as to why he freaked out like that, to be honest with you. It's interesting. And I don't think he's going to be tamed. Oh, he is tamed. Interesting. So basically, it seems like it's treated. I wonder if I accidentally hit the key. I'm not really sure. Either way, you guys can kind of see what you guys need to do. As far as traps, you guys can probably come up with your own. My recommendation would probably just be something like this. That should stop him from getting out. So 4 gates, 3 gateways, or sorry, 4 gateways, 3 gates, and then just getting him inside there. That should stop him from being able to get out of there, and then stop him from actually glitching out when you shut the door. Just lead him in through one of the other spots. You just don't have very much time, so just be really, really careful with it, and you should be completely fine. Just don't do it without him being in something, because as you saw, he did kind of freak out, and it looks like he will wreck you. So don't do that. And now let's talk about the actual abilities. Okay, so now what this guy does, he's basically just a shoulder pet. He doesn't really have anything special in here, just the normal unclaimed, non-unclaimed, etc. You can mate these just like normal behavior. Nothing else has changed in here. Now you can pick him up on your shoulder and carry him around like a shoulder pet. You can throw him off. I wonder, actually, can you eat? No, you can't. Okay, so you do have to throw him off to actually be able to feed him the element. As you can see, when you get closer and further away, the element does light up and stop lighting up. But let's go ahead and tell him to stop here and feed him. When you feed him just one, sometimes it requires two, as you guys have seen probably before, or maybe not. Anyway, he's going to go and turn into the Hulk, basically. His stats get a pretty decent increase. He's only level 15, but he has 1700 health, decent amount of stamina. He's got a decent amount of carry weight as well. Melee obviously doesn't really matter because that's just going to be percentage of his overall. When you get on him, actually even before you get on him, take a look here. So you can see a time remaining. That time remaining is basically when he's going to turn back into a normal form. He does pass out for a minute, so if you're over the water or anything like that, which I did see another streamer do earlier, he will sink to the bottom. Just be kind of careful. As you can see, his addiction also went up by 10 or 5%. Every time you feed him an element, it's going to go up by 5%, and it does slowly drop back down. Now, doing anything doesn't seem to make it go any slower or faster on the time transformation. These guys can actually climb, so let's talk about that here really quick. Looks like it's pretty much like a Deinonychus. You look at it, it jumps to it. It climbs pretty much literally identical to a Deinonychus, even the ups and downs, but it does move pretty quick. Stamina seems to be pretty decent as well. As you can see, we've been jumping this entire time we've been running. Stamina's doing okay, and this is a pretty low level one. Now let's go ahead and talk about the left click, right clicks. There's a left click, looks like it's just a basic attack. Right click, we're going to get that jump, and that should stop something from running away from you as well, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look here. Oh, he can run just fine. It may work, hopefully work on another player. Unfortunately, I don't have someone to test it with here right now, but that's pretty much what that does. Let's take a look at the C. C actually throws a rock, it looks like. All you do is hold the you hold the C button. I don't think I'm gonna. You have to actually pick up a rock. There we go. So it looks like you actually just hold down C, move it, and then you can throw it just like normal. So pretty similar to anything else. It doesn't seem like it's slowing him down at all. Nah, it's just a long range attack. Let's see how far we can actually throw this rock though. So it actually has a pretty decent range, so maybe something to actually be able to combat flyers a little bit at an early level. Jump's pretty decent. Stamina, like we talked about, is already pretty decent. Fall damage, it doesn't look like he has any. That could be because we're in GCM. Let's get out of that. It does have increased hyper and hypothermic installation, so that's actually really good. Let's get out of GCM here really quick. Might have to be off. Okay, we're out of GCM. Let's get rid of something that's heavy. Okay, let's actually take a look and see if he has any fall damage. I don't believe, if he does, maybe it's a low. Let's double check. Maybe this might even kill him. We're about to find out. And no fall damage. So it looks like his fall damage is actually greatly reduced. I don't have any other stats or anything on, so he should be taking normal damage at this point. I think that's pretty much all you're going to need for this guy. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the actual enrage timer. It's going to take a little bit of time, so I'm going to speed this up to when we get to the 95% here. Okay, so as the time remaining goes down, you can see here that you can actually feed him, but every single time you feed him an element, yeah, his addiction goes back up. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, once he hits 100%, he cannot go back into the little... I'm going to slow-mo one. I think he's actually just getting a little too close to this tree, or it could be an addiction. I'm not really sure. All right, he's at 95%. I think he's just smelling out. Yeah, this is a real addict right here. Okay, so now once we get to 100, let's take a look here and see what actually happens. Might just not be anything actually. Actually, honestly, really, all that might do is just limit your ability to actually continue increasing his time remaining. Let's see, does he have any other stats in here? Nothing. There's no other stats in here to increase the time or transformation time. Nothing else changes as far as like his abilities or anything go. I think the addiction just really, yeah, it's actually super fast. So really, it seems like the addiction is really just kind of a limitation on how long you can keep him out. But from what I can tell, I don't see any negatives. I don't see any problems. It does take a little while for addiction to drop down. I don't think, let's slow-mo this up. I don't know if he's going to run out before that addiction runs out. That's really what I'm kind of curious about here. All right, so that's pretty much exactly what it is. So this little guy did go ahead and run out of his addiction, still maxed out, but his element's actually a lot higher. So at this point, I can't feed him, I don't believe. Maybe I can feed him. No, I can't. What's going to happen here? So it's saying 2 out of 5 element required. So obviously the element's much higher requirement now. And I couldn't feed him before. What's going to happen when we get to 5 here? And 5, does he transform? His addiction's at 100%, so I'm not sure that he's actually going to transform. Okay, he did transform. Interesting. So really, what's the negative? And now it's back down. So it does take a little bit of time. So his transformation lifetime does take at least 1%. So we ran it all the way down and he didn't lose any addiction. So at this point, we weren't able to feed him again. Now, I'm kind of curious. So he's at 100% addiction right now. His time's going down. Should be going down. Okay, it is going down. Can we feed him again? Yeah, we can still feed him. He's at 100% addiction. I'm not really sure what the point of this is, to be honest with you. I wonder if that's a bug. Because at this point, I don't think we're supposed to be able to feed him. But we can, so... Rip. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be a limitation. Expect that in the future. I'm going to assume that's probably just a bug that they haven't fixed as of yet. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's pretty much all we have on these Ferox. Definitely going to be a good utility dino here in the snow. Probably one of the better things outside of just them being able to get around is going to be that buff you guys have for the hyper and hypothermic insulation. And they are kind of difficult to get. Other than that, it's a pretty good team. Definitely something I would definitely check out, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, because we're going to have a whole lot more of these videos coming out. And thanks so much for watching. See you guys next time.